Ron, your perspectives of EKU a little different than Skip's over the last 30 years or so. You were active in the community, active in the Alumni Association. How do you see EKU as changing relative to the community over those periods?
Well, I think that one of the main things is that Eastern has always had the emphasis on the student. President Martin, I think, started that and emphasized that. And over the years, two people I want to mention, Spider Thurman and Margaret Thurman. I had both of them as professors when I was here at school. And they have been friends all through the years, and Dr. Bill Burge and his wife Marion. It's pretty neat to be in the community and still have that synergism, the relationship with people who are with the university and outside the university, but they're all pulling together for the university and the university community. And I've noticed over the years, a lot of people, the city government, the county government, and all the different people pulling more together over the years for the one purpose, and recognizing the value of education and recognizing that it's great to have harmony and to get along through that period of time. And as a person involved in the support, I've supported the Colonel Scholar I started about 21 years ago. When I was in school here, I got good help academically, and I was able to make who's who, and I always wanted to support the Colonel Scholar program. So the athletes, those that get over a B average, I always pass out a T-shirt at the last game. We had 217 this year. But as far as over the years, seeing the people in the university and the community, there used to be talk about the dichotomy of the separation between the town and the community of Eastern. Mm-hmm. But that is that's going away more and more. They're getting more and more people involved, and even people that come in that did not have any attachment to Eastern, that maybe came in here for industry, business. Those people, after they've been here for a while, they're great EKU supporters financially, and also going into attendance to the games, and they get behind the school. They see it's a real school of opportunity and a wonderful opportunity for someone to come here and get an education. And when I was president of the National Alumni Association, traveling around to all the different cities and then having the events here, it's just wonderful to see people, how much they believe in Eastern. And those that their children did not come to Eastern, they really seem to be hurt. Now, our daughters went to Eastern, and my daughter's getting her master's this Saturday here at Eastern. But some of them say, well, we wanted our child to go to Eastern so badly, but they didn't. It seemed like they almost need an antidepressant when they're talking about it. But they want them to come here and have the same experience. So with the Eastern people, it's a real special experience. We get to meet people that actually graduated here, some of the first graduates when I first started going to those meetings. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And some of the people that graduated 30 and 50 and 60 years ago still come back, and that's a wonderful experience.
And I'm just about out of questions, but being president of the Alumni Association, as you were, reflect a little bit about the alumni support of Eastern.
Eastern does not have a shortage of people that want to serve on the board, and a lot of universities do. We have so many people nominated. It's a big elimination process, actually, to get that board together. And so to having all those people with that much interest to serve is unusual. And we have as many as 7 or 8 past presidents show up for every meeting. Past president is an ex officio member of the board. And they come, you can't vote, but they can have input. And some of them come from Ohio. Jack Jackson comes down from Dayton. We have Boots Adams comes down from Prestonsburg. We have Hardy Tribble come down from Northern Kentucky, and we have a lot of people. Ken Tippett come. All these people come in and serve and give their time. We have others. I can't name all of them. I mean, I can name them, but don't take up all that time. But we have a lot of people that come in, and they're willing to do that and spend their time and their money getting here for the meetings.
Of course, you mentioned someone, Dr. Murphy, I guess, that had this long-term connection to Eastern. Of course, we've got a man in the president's office that we could say that about as well.
Well, Dr. Doug Whitlock, it's really neat having him back as president, because when Skip has a special recognition for the employees, what a neat thing it is to see him up there and know about the employees.
Oh, sure.
And whether it's a custodian or whether it's an engineer, a faculty member. And I remember when Skip and I were in school, Oscar White was here as a custodian, and I know he made reference to him when you had a program, when you had him on your program. We had a gentleman named Z.V. Irvin that was so nice to us. It was a custodian in our dormitory. And that was part of
all the years we were there.
All the years we were there. And I think that President Whitlock has the same emphasis that President Martin had, as student emphasis to give that, to uplift the student, because even Z.V. Irvin, his children were not allowed to come to Eastern. He had 4 children graduate from college, and his wife worked in the cafeteria. But all his children graduated from college, a couple of them became principals, but he had a great attitude toward us and toward Eastern. And I think Dr. Whitlock, he emphasizes that, and it comes across so much. I told him that one time, I said, I'm very impressed more by the depth of a person's conviction by the height of their logic, but he's got both, because he's experienced it and he can relate that. And I think we're very fortunate to have a person that's a 2-time graduate and also someone from the community here with so many years' experience. So that's really neat. And he and Skip, with their interest, I think that really holds the university together, and the traditions, because you can lose. Diversity is a good thing, but if you get too much diversity, you have dilution. So you have to have a certain amount of fundamentals of the university, maintaining in the Alumni Association, and also just in the general things of the campus. I think it's real important to keep in perspective, or you'll get too diverse.
Of course, Doug Whitlock is so grounded in this community his entire life, and at the university, and you know,
and athletics. He's also, having worked in athletics and worked on the yearbook and all those things, sitting at the games. He can quote things. We'll be up there at the game sometimes in the boxer with him. He can just quote a lot of the statistics, so it's neat. And his wife Joanne, she was an employee here for all those years, and she's really a sweet lady.
When I was a student, I was sports editor of the yearbook, and he was the advisor for the yearbook at the time. So I mean, I'd go back to Doug a long time with that too, and he's an excellent situation, excellent.
Well, we're just going to about wrap this up, but of course, I want to remind you guys, the only reason that you're here today is because Jack Jackson said that if you want to know anything that happened at Eastern, you got to have Ron House and Skip Daugherty here, and he said, with those two and me and Doug Whitlock, you've got everything covered. So I don't know, maybe this will be the end of our series here.
No,
but
you got people.
Well, Jack's a
great guy.
He's a tremendous ambassador for Eastern. I've been friends with him for over 40 years.
Well, and you two are too, and there are a lot more. But such a great time talking about EKU then and now, particularly with Ron House and Skip Daugherty. Hope you enjoyed it. Please watch us again.